Steelers Stadium in icy Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Steelers play host to the Seattle Seahawks. Pittsburgh has a perfect day for its kind of football. 23-degree temperatures, wind chill factor 9 degrees, as the Steelers will try to nail down the AFC Central Championship today, something they can accomplish with a win, combined with a Houston loss to Chicago on Monday night, and a tie or a Cleveland loss in the Cleveland-Cincinnati game. The Steelers, maybe the surprise team in the National Football League this year. I'm Jim Lampley, along with Ahmad Rashad, as we look at Steeler coach Bill Cowher, who has put himself in line for Coach of the Year honors, Ahmad, for the job he's done here.
Without question, Jim, Cowher Power is alive and well.
To beat the Denver Broncos this past Monday night. So it's Gelbaugh, Warren, who carries most of the load in the running game, veteran John L. Williams, Blades, Kane, and Heller. The Seahawks are healthier at wide receiver and tight end than at any time all year. Offensive line has struggled, particularly rookie Ray Roberts at left tackle. On first down, it is John L. Williams with the football, and the veteran fullback out of Florida is met by Carnell Lake. After a pickup of 3 yards, it'll be second down 7. Greg Lloyd also in on the tackle. As you look at the Pittsburgh front 7, Gerald Williams at nose tackle, Gerald Williams at outside linebacker. Both of those players make some big plays. Greg Lloyd is the leading sacker on the team. David Little had 3 sacks against Cincinnati last week. Good secondary, Woodson, Johnson, Lake, and Darren Perry, who leads all rookies in the NFL with 6 interceptions from the free safety slot. On second down, Steelers have Lake on a blitz, and Gelbaugh falls down as Carnell Lake arrives, bringing the safety blitz for a loss and to set up third and extra long for the Seattle offense.
A little flattened down, a little bit slippery as you watch Gelbaugh here with the hand fake, goes back and then just loses his footing, and Carnell Lake is right there for the sack.
The 9-yard loss made it third down 16. Gelbaugh, with adequate protection, looks down the middle, and the football is dropped by number 86, Doug Thomas. We take a look at the Steelers' offensive front, a veteran group who have played well together this year. The big pickup was Duval Love in Plan B from the Rams. He has been nothing short of brilliant at the left guard spot. Justin Strelsick stepping into the starting lineup today in place of Tunch Ilkin, who is out with a pulled groin muscle. Seattle's defensive front, and you mentioned, Ahmad, Cortez Kennedy. I agree, the best defensive tackle in the National Football League this year. Rod Stevens makes a lot of tackles from the middle linebacker position, where he's replaced leading tackler Dave Wyman out on injured reserve. Rufus Porter, a big play player at outside linebacker on the weak side. Harper, Hunter, Blackman, and Robinson, an underrated secondary. Blackman and Robinson as capable a pair of safeties as you'll find anywhere in the American Football Conference. On third down 2, out of the shotgun, O'Donnell looks and throws into the hands of number 41, Eugene Robinson, who picks it off for a Seahawk interception. Hangs in against the pressure created by its inept offense. And there is another look at Seahawk ineptitude on offense as Gelbaugh and Warren have trouble making connections. It'll be a loss of 2. Greg Lloyd was there to cover Warren. Second down, 12 yards to go. Tommy Kane in motion to the bottom of the screen. Gelbaugh with protection goes downfield, and John L. Williams trying to come back to the football and make a falling catch as it dropped out of his hands, largely on the basis of his own experience. Gelbaugh releases as the blitz was coming, and he misses Tommy Kane. Rod Woodson on the coverage for the Steelers. So the Seahawks fail to convert third and 11, and Bootin' Tootin' will come on to kick it away again. Back at Three Rivers in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers will be thinking safety on offense, starting from their 8-yard line, and no team is better equipped this year, as Barry Foster, with 1,319 yards on the ground, leads Emmitt Smith of the Dallas Cowboys by 72 yards as the NFL leader in rushing, and as you can see from the graphic, has rushed for more yardage than 14 different National Football League teams, among them today's opposition, the Seattle Seahawks. First down from the 8. Foster takes the football, finds a hole over the right side, and has a gain of about 6. This one might hurt him on the scoreboard.
O'Donnell here just trying to force this ball in the inside to Graham, trying to get it to him anyway. Anytime a ball is bounced up in the air like that, it always ends up in an interception.
2 early turnovers for Pittsburgh. This one sets the Seahawks up at the 23-yard line. On first first down. Chris Warren is met and dropped as David Little was there first, and then Darren Parry, the rookie free safety, came along to join him.
Excellent opportunity.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Gelbaugh's pass is dropped by the dependable John L. Williams. 6 consecutive years of catching 50 or more balls, but Williams couldn't hold on to that one today and hasn't held one. The first would have been a difficult catch, but that one was an easily catchable ball. Third down 10, Steelers with 5 defensive backs. Seahawks go on the ground to John L. Williams, and number 23, reacting quickly, is Sammy Walker, the nickelback, who had just come into the game.
East and west, and it always works in their favor.
This will be a 40-yard attempt for Casey. Hasn't had a busy year kicking field goals because the Seahawks don't often find themselves in this position, and he misses wide to the left. So Seattle blows a gift-scoring opportunity after the interception by Joe Kane. Pittsburgh Steelers begin their third possession of the game from the 23-yard line. You look at the numbers on O'Donnell, 2 interceptions already. He stays on the ground with Barry Foster. Offensive players offside, the same way quarterbacks try to do it to defenders. O'Donnell down the middle. Interception number 3. The second pick for Eugene Robinson. Again, Jeff Graham was the intended target. So 3 times O'Donnell has tried to go to Graham, and 3 times he has hit white jerseys on the numbers. Second down and 8 yards to go, and the Steeler defense rises up to say hello to Chris Warren. Donald Evans, number 66. The ball at the 27-yard line. Gelbaugh hasn't gotten much help from his receivers. This one, he throws through the hands of strong safety Carnell Lake. John Casey will drive this one from 45 yards. He has missed a 40-yarder already. Officially, from the statistics booth, they call it 44. Casey's 44-yard attempt is short. So for the second time in 2 possessions, the Seattle Seahawks take the football inside the 25-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers and fail to put points on the board.
No, you're exactly right.
O'Donnell on first down gives to Barry Foster. Foster breaks through a hole and has first down yardage across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Gene Robinson made the stop.
Here comes that big offensive line out in front of Barry Foster, and they're just knocking people out of the way and setting him loose. And you see that great body lean.
He's a Razorback hog. They get preferential treatment. Foster on first down has another big gainer up the middle.
And to keep this unit together with the season that they've had is just a wonderful job.
Distinguished service under inordinate pressure. The Seattle Seahawks defense this year. Foster on the draw has another hole up the middle.
Big play here underneath handoff to Barry Foster, who has a lot of room to run in there. As I mentioned earlier, anytime you give him like 3 free steps, same kind of a thing.
Triple tight ends on second down, or third down, I should say, and 1 yard to go for the first down around the league. All Saturday morning on NBC. Check your local listings for inside stuff. First down and 10 for the Steelers. Pitch back to O'Donnell, throwing in the flat to right zone. Flags down all over the field.
Defensive holding, number 27. Penalty is refused. First down.
If he doesn't grab this guy, Graham, it's a touchdown. There's a little pitch back to O'Donnell. We won't be able to see it. It happened right in the middle of the screen, but it's just as he was getting ready to, Graham was getting ready to blow by Patrick Hunter.
91 this year, more than 80 tackles, 9.5 sacks. On second down, Foster again with the football, and this time number 94, Rod Stevens, knocks him down. All knew what he'd be facing today. Steelers are 1 for 2 on third down, as O'Donnell out of the shotgun on 3rd and 4, throws down the middle, complete, and it's a touchdown for Ernie Mills. A 19-yard touchdown pass on third down, and Mills, the second-year man out of Florida, who is emerging as a big play receiver for the Steelers, makes one here. And given Seattle its scoring opportunities, take advantage of one of their own. O'Donnell with the pass to Ernie Mills.
Ernie Mills there, he breaks one tackle, breaks another one, and then continues on into the end zone. A very nice play by the Pittsburgh Steelers. O'Donnell, once again, as we mentioned, he's thrown a few interceptions today, but he comes right back and still fires it in there and knows he knows it's a touchdown.
Bills look for their 5th consecutive AFC East title and home field advantage in the playoffs, for which their primary competition is the Steelers. And there is a Steeler interception of the ball batted into the air. David Little, the 12th-year linebacker out of Florida, makes yet another big play for the Steel Curtain.
David Little, a player who had 3 sacks last week, said it was the best game that he's had in a long time. All of a sudden, comes up with this interception. Now, I just mentioned earlier, anytime you see a ball bounce up in the air off a receiver, 9 times out of 10, it is going to be intercepted.
It was Donald Evans who batted the ball into the air, and that technique of leaping to cut off the passing lanes and bat the ball up, as you can see, the 16th career scorer in the National Football League lines up now to try for a 39-yard field goal, which would make the score 10-0 Pittsburgh. And as is his custom, Gary Anderson nails it. Officially, it is called a 38-yard field goal, and Cowher and the Steelers now have a 10-0 margin just a few plays into the second quarter. Scores from elsewhere around the league. In Milwaukee, Green Bay leads Detroit 14-0. A Darrell Thompson run and a Brett Favre pass to Sterling Sharp. Indianapolis on top of New England 3-0. The game is in Foxborough. Minnesota leading at Philadelphia 3-0 in the first on a Revez field goal. The Jets and Buffalo are tied at 3 apiece in the first quarter at Buffalo. At Cleveland, Cleveland leads Cincinnati now 10-0. A Kevin Mack touchdown run and a Stover field goal. Keep you up to date as scores develop throughout the afternoon here on NBC Sports.
The Seattle Seahawks once again have gotten themselves in a situation where they've got to play catch-up football. But if you saw the game on Monday night, one thing that Tom Flores has done very well with this team is they don't quit. They keep playing hard. They're trying to do the best that they can do, and you know, they've got to just keep playing hard here today.
And whatever confidence they gained from their experience Monday night will stand them in good stead now as they fall behind early against the Steelers, much in the same way they did against the Denver Broncos. Anderson to kick it off. Again, Chris Warren and Ruben Mays are at the goal line for the Seahawks. This one is headed toward Mays, and he'll take it at the 3-yard line. The runner that picks up in a trade from the New Orleans Saints has it across the 20 to about the 24-yard line. Levon Kirkland made the stop after the 22-yard return. Next Saturday, watch history in the making when the 1992 Heisman Trophy is presented to this year's outstanding college football player. Past winners are household names like Hornung, Staubach, Simpson, Dorsett, and Campbell. This year, another exceptional group of candidates: Miami's Dino Torretta, San Diego State's Marshall Faulk, Georgia's Garrison Hurst, Notre Dame's Reggie Brooks. One of the closest races ever is possible. Find out who takes home the trophy next Saturday at 3:30 Eastern Time, live immediately following NFL football here on NBC. On first down, from the 24-yard line, the pitchback is to John L. Williams, and flags fly as Williams has a couple across the 25-yard line. Kenny Davidson making the stop from his defensive end position for the Steelers.
Jim, is the Heisman Trophy, is that a secret ballot? Because
well,
you have a vote, don't you?
I have a vote, yeah.
Offensive holding, number
no, I can tell
83,
you who I voted for.
10 yards.
Do you want to know?
Repeat first down.
Yeah, I thought...
There was the ruling from referee Larry Nemmers. I voted for Reggie Brooks. And that vote was open to consideration right up until Monday afternoon. Almost voted for Garrison Hurst, but I was won over by the explosiveness of Brooks' performance in the last 3 games of the season.
It's a tough year. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of those guys.
No, they're all good football players, and it's a difficult year to choose. And any one of them would be a reasonably worthy choice for the trophy. On first down, after the 10-yard penalty, Yelbaugh in trouble at the 5-yard line is dumped by Kenny Davidson. And the Steeler defense, which only had 17 sacks before last week's game, is coming into its own as a pass-rushing unit. Gerald Williams was there also.
Well, Gilbaugh having a lot of time here. He sets down. He just can't find a receiver open. And then by the time he starts feeling that pressure, then there's no way he can still go downfield. But you talk about the Steelers' defense. Anytime you come out of a game where you have 10 sacks.
To go now for the Seahawks out at the 29. Yelbaugh's pass batted into the air. In the drive, twice to John L. Williams, and then on that play to Tommy King. on first down. The Steelers go with the screen to Barry Foster. And Foster, who catches the ball as well as runs with it, has his 26th reception of the year and a pickup of about 7. It'll be second down 3. Eugene Robinson on the stop.
He has come back and put up just superb numbers.
Second down, 3 yards to go. And Foster has first down yardage across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Rod Stevens makes the stop for New England. The Packers have scored 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter. Another Favre touchdown, 70. They lead 10-7.
Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season?
Gelbaugh down the middle, and he hits number 89, Brian Blades. Football loose. Steelers have it near midfield. It is number 44, D.J. Johnson, who has been alert at cornerback all year. He picked up the loose football after Brian Blades was separated from it.
And then not able to put it away. You see him drive Woodson back and then break it across the middle as he's coming across. Nice throw by Gelbaugh. He's got it, but there you see that nice play by Woodson that you see more and more defensive backs doing these days, where they just strip the ball from the receiver.
Fumble of the year for Woodson, who is one of the premier big play cornerbacks in the entire NFL. On first down from the 49-yard line, Barry Foster breaks the tackle and goes out of bounds inside the Seahawks 45 to the 42-yard line. It was Eugene Robinson who ultimately ran him out of bounds.
Come off the back end of that pile. Now here comes, you want to talk about somebody running powerful. Just watch, see number 77? Knocked him all the way off the pile and then bounced off it and kept going.
So each team has used 1 timeout so far. And O'Donnell, out of the shotgun on third down 3, looks across the middle. Good catch by Jeff Graham. Graham turning behind himself to make the catch, gets inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. The ball came loose, but after Graham had been ruled down. A 19-yard pickup, first down on a third down conversion for the Steel City gang.
And you will see O'Donnell here with time to pass. Here's Graham working. Now here he comes across the middle, and O'Donnell able to hold on and then fire the ball once it gets open. And a nice run there by Jeff Graham after the catch. But that was a good play by...
You should get yourself a little duck earring. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go before halftime. First down now. Turning out of the hands of Rod Stevens into the hands of Barry Foster. And a big break for the Steelers as Foster goes inside the 10 to set up first and goal at the 7-yard line. Rod Stevens was staring at the 4th Neil O'Donnell interception of the game.
He was also staring at that end zone on the other end of the field. That's, I think, the reason why he missed his ball. O'Donnell throws this ball right at Stevens, and it just goes right through his hand, right there. Hit him in the hands, on the shoulder, and then a great job by Foster, still watching that ball, hanging with it and catching it on the rebound.
Campbell in motion. And O'Donnell throws into the end zone and is batted down. Adrian Cooper, the tight end, was the intended receiver, and the big play is made by Natu Tuatagaloa. At Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, it is a 10-7 halftime lead for the Steelers. Steelers favor, but the Seahawks had a big second quarter.
Pretty, as you look at those sections, they're pretty even all the way across the board. One of the things that the Seahawks had talked about defensively was holding Barry Foster to under 100 yards. There's only been one back in 11 games that's gained 100 yards against this Seahawks defense.
At their own 30-yard line. Quarterback comparison for the 2 former Maryland Terrapin teammates. Gelbaugh getting more yardage on his 4 completions than O'Donnell managed on 8 completions in 14 attempts. O'Donnell with a very slow start. Now Hodge has become primarily a blocker/receiver. Foster on second down 5 has first down yardage near the Seattle 40-yard line.
Was sacking him on the play, and just right as they go down, it looks like he might either get kicked or twisted up a little bit right there on the back of that right ankle as he goes down. He was attended to, he was brought off the field, and Bubby Brister is now into the game.
So Brister comes in on third down, 20 yards to go.
There you see Neil O'Donnell heading to the locker room. They're going to take x-rays on his right leg. What kind of a situation would they had they kept David Craig?
Chris Warren with the football is dropped for no gain. down and 10. Chris Warren with the ball, and he's met and dropped. David Little was there, along with Hardy Nickerson. Number 88, Rob Thomas in motion. Gelbaugh throws on second down, in and out of the hands of John L. Williams. Really effective on third down today. 4 of 8, all 4 of them long ones. Gelbaugh throws down the middle, and it's batted down by Rod Woodson. So they won't convert that one. And the Seahawks punting team with Rick Tootin will come onto the field. Interceptions on the year. He'd probably tell you now he should have at least 5. He dropped one last week as well. Tootin gets away a high floating kick. Woodson does not fair catch it, but rather wants to run it back, and he's across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Being to go back in, but for the moment it is still Brister. As the Steelers begin 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Barry Foster has had a slow third quarter. Gets started here with a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down 5 as Foster pushes it out near the 30. Eugene Robinson and Patrick Hunter making the stop. It's Foster again, and this time he has first down yardage near the 35-yard line. 6 yards away from his 10th 100-yard rushing game of the year. We're going from 3rd and 14 to 3rd and 19 on the illegal procedure call. Brister runs out of the pocket and throws it to number 41, Eugene Robinson. Robinson has his 2nd interception of the day and is inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Seahawks secondary. And 2nd down 5, Chris Warren has no running room against the left side of the steel curtain. Aaron Jones there to make the stop. Gelbaugh takes the snap just outside the 20. And Gelbaugh throws wide at the intended receiver, number 89, Brian Blade. Now he'll try a 38-yarder, having missed from 44 and from 40. Tootin is the holder. Gets it down. And Casey misses for the 3rd time today. It was a chance for the Seahawks to stretch the lead to 17-10. 14-10 with 13:20 to go in the game. The Steelers angling along with the Bills for a home field advantage in the AFC playoffs.
Seahawks playing for the pride of it.
On 3rd and 4, Bristol throws down the middle and again has a wide-open Seahawk safety. It's number 33, Dedrick Dodge with the football, and Dodge is knocked down at the 33-yard line. Out with an injury now. Bubby Brister has replaced him with 2 interceptions of his own. Gelbaugh's pass on first down is batted down. Gelbaugh gives to Chris Warren, or to John L. Williams, I should say. And Williams is dropped by Greg Lloyd, number 95. O'Donnell out of the game. And the Steelers will have to go the rest of the way with a Bubby Brister at quarterback who has been shaky at best. Gelbaugh on 2nd and long throws deep. And the receiver, Tommy Kane, gets away with a push but can't get near the football. They could not capitalize on the scoreboard. 3 missed field goals by John Casey. Let's see if they can get close enough to try another one. John L. Williams is met and dropped, and a brilliant open field tackle by D.J. Johnson keeps the Seahawks out of field goal range. They have lost 27. Now he is a backup to O'Donnell. On 2nd down 10, Brister runs out of trouble and throws into the hands of Barry Foster, who makes a tough catch and maybe the fastest as well.
Yeah.
On 3rd down 7, the pass over the middle is caught by Jeff Graham. Tough catch, big play, first down for the Steelers.
Brister, you only have just a little teeny place to put that ball. Brister puts it right there.
While Tez was wasting a blocker in front of Brister.
So here they come.
They need a touchdown, and even if they're able to stop Seattle, they may only have 2 or perhaps as many as 3 possessions left. Another big play, this time to Dwight Stone. On 3rd and 17, they get it across midfield into Seattle territory at the 47-yard line. A 25-yard pickup and a clutch first down.
When you talk about making plays, this is the biggest play of the game so far today. Brister firing downfield to Dwight Stone, who's in a crowd, keeps his concentration, catches the ball among 3 or 4 Seattle defenders. You gotta come up with the play. You gotta make the play. And Dwight Stone goes out and makes the play. That's what you do. That's the way you win championships.
Patrick Hunter was there. Dwayne Harper was there. But Stone, as you said, Ahmad, kept his concentration. On first down, Foster gives the stone on the reverse. They got blockers in front. He gets across the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. It winds up being about an 8-yard pickup, and that's a credit to the reaction of the Seattle defense because they were out of position. Foster with the football across the 35 down to the 30-yard line. Another Steeler first down. The fans begin to come to life. The Steelers begin to come to life. And we go to New York for a Bob Costas update.
Steelers to show what kind of team they are. They have a chance to steal.
On third down, Brisker looks down the middle and has Leroy Thompson inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Ball comes free. And the official is going to rule that Thompson was down. Brown can't cause a fumble. That will be the heart of the ruling by the back judge.
Foster, and all of a sudden it's just sort of an underneath route.
Leroy Thompson
here, as he goes down, obviously he loses the ball just as he hits the ground. So it was a great call by the official.
Barry Foster's 10th rushing touchdown of the year gives the Steelers the lead with 2 minutes, 22 seconds left on the clock.
Somehow you had that feeling that the Steelers felt this drive coming all along. Just straight ahead power football like the Steelers like to play. And anytime they can keep you in that situation, they figure like they're going to win 9 times out of 10. Great explosion there by Foster, exploding into that end zone.
2 minutes to go. The Steelers will try to protect a 3-point lead as they look to win 10 games in a season for the first time in nearly a decade. Gelbaugh. Pass batted down. It'll be third down, 9 yards to go for a Seattle first down. The AFC teams to go to the Super Bowl had home field all the way. Gelbaugh on third down 9. It's John L. Williams who has been the big down player all day long for the Seahawks, and Carnell Lake drops Williams about a half yard short of the first down. Their performance today, win or lose, coming off of what they did Monday night against Denver. A mark of the continued resurgence of the football team. 4th and a half a yard. Chris Warren with the ball and first down yardage. I believe he needed to get to the 27-yard line. There is a flag down on the play.
And it appears to be a holding call.
And it is.
Against the Seahawks. These are things that just cannot happen at this point. And I guarantee you,
we have illegal hands on the offense. We're going to measure to see if a first down or not.
Long, and he's a little short, in which case the Steelers will decline the penalty and keep the football. Well, there you have it. Seahawks have 3 timeouts remaining. So they can now use those timeouts to stop the clock and see if they can preserve a chance to get the football back. 80 seconds remaining in the game. Some of you will see the Chiefs collide with the Raiders. For those of you in Pittsburgh, we'll be signing off after this game as NFL rules preclude a doubleheader today in this market. For the 3rd most accurate field goal kicker in the history of the league. And Anderson knocks it through the upright. So extend the Steeler lead now to 20-14. But there are still 58 seconds remaining, and Seattle will get a chance at scoring a touchdown of their own. 3 wide receivers for the Seahawks. John L. Williams is in a slot. Gelbaugh is set. And there's no way for the Seahawks to stop the clock except by lining up and throwing it down. And of course, this is a 4-down circumstance, so they have 2 plays to do it. Gelbaugh gets away from pressure and decides to run with the football and goes out of bounds short of the first down. They'll face 4th down now with 33 seconds on the clock. That's right. On NBC. 4th down and 4 yards to go. Gelbaugh throws in the flat. John L. Williams hit from behind by Sammy Walker, and that'll do it. No flags down. The incompletion brings a halt to the Seahawks' attempted drive, and Bill Cowher and the Steelers can begin, at least tentatively, to celebrate their 10th win of the season. Another brilliant day for Foster, his 10th 100-yard rushing game of the season, and now the players leave the field.
Well, they did what they had to do. Bill Cowher came here and said that, well, we can't let them catch us by surprise. And they got into a situation at the end of the game where they needed a long drive, and Cowher's team went out and got it.